Yeah, you leveled up. You got a up. So what?
I am level 1 farming.
You are level 1 farming.
I now craft scarecrow and basic fertilizer. Ooh, so we found out what the poop is for.
Today, Precarious plays Stardew Valley. Oh, whoa, you got 2 ups. So this is a whole different story.
All right. Gotta brush your shoulders off.
Oh, okay. Oops. So I guess now trees will drop seeds.
Oops.
I'm glad you didn't clear cut the whole forest in one day somehow.
I know. I'm my soft, touchy-feely inclinations are always like, how many trees do we really have to kill in this game?
I did the same thing.
Like the same thing. Like in Minecraft, when I played Minecraft, I spent a lot of time planting instead of.
Oh yeah, that's another reason I forgot. One of the reasons.
Hated clear cutting.
You just reminded me of some assholes.
Some assholes that we hold very dear. God.
Yeah, but don't you remember how every time we would sit down to play Minecraft and immediately after we had like a house situation picked out, Lutz would start clear cutting?
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing that for? I don't want to get hit with a slime. Creepers are green too. All perfectly valid reasons, but it still bugged the crap out of me. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to play the game. I still have some friends, and this is the very important mail, so you read that. I still have some friends who have played Rune Factory, have played Animal Crossing, but they don't have this game in their Steam library yet.
Which way is that?
South. Oh, what are your plants?
Yes. Oh, Jesus! I'm such a bad farmer.
Well,
This is why I'm level 1 farmer.
I think it's interesting that you sort of went out of your way to plant your crops, like not directly in front of your house, because I think that really would have helped if you had to have like walked out of your plant fort.
It just seems like such a. Like I'm always very conscious of. I don't know. I think that. Not always reducing everything.
You have to cut your way out.
God.
Just use the axe. The axe should be able to get. Trust me, that the lumber is more valuable. Use the axe to cut your way out.
All right, fine. You could have just said the lumber's more valuable.
Well, I thought that you would. That's a hoe.
Fuck.
I thought that you would, just pick up that on your own. You're off course. You need to head back to the east. You can hit bushes. You can hit bushes like that with your axe too, which is one of the reasons why the axe is also preferable. Okay, it's to the south of that pond is basically the exit.
Okay.
Oh boy, that was an adventure. Man, watching you play this game is exhausting.
I'm having so much fun.
Okay, and then you need to follow the lake round to the west. That's not a lake, that's a barn.
Well, I don't see any lake.
If you head to the west, you'll find the lake. You'll see the lake. There, it's the lake. You found the lake. Ready for a nap? Okay, so I have some friends that don't have this game in their Steam library, and you know me. Mm-hmm. I don't like to over-exaggerate. I don't like to use hyperbole, but they should probably go to prison for it.
No, you definitely don't.
They should probably go straight to jail for not having this game. So, what?
Is his name just Wizard?
His name is just Wizard. Well, he had a full name, but his name.
But he sold it for magic powers.
He was in the mail. He was like, I am Ramadamas A. Bale. Put up do a screenshot and do the thing with the thing. Good, thanks.
Okay.
Bale knows what I mean. But look,
Wizard.
Lutz, Weimer, Fang, I'm talking to you guys because I know that in no particular order, it's like Rune Factory, Animal Crossing, and Rune Factory. Each of them has played at least one of those, you know?
Yes, I get the point.
Whatever his name was, Ram the blah blah. If he sold that for magical powers, I wonder what you would get for selling Odibadet. Godhood, right? Just
yes,
straight
much more
deification, just boom, straight away. Okay. It's a Jumbalumba. No, I think it's a Jumino, maybe.
It's so cute.
Haven't you? Yes.
Yes, I have.
Is it the Jumino? Junimo. Okay.
Junimo.
Junimos. Mysterious spirits, the Junimos.
You used to speak with me. Oh, jeez.
They're party spirits. I hang with them all the time. You're gonna see that this guy, he parties maybe a little too hard. I'm gonna experience that firsthand, I think. You tell him about the tile. Good. Okay.
Yes, I did.
So this is a...
What?
He's magic. He just teleported away.
Okay.
And he walks back in the
Why
front
would
door.
you use the door?
I wondered that myself, and I immediately thought of an answer. It's probably dangerous to teleport directly inside a place. He probably teleports, like, in the air, in the open space outside of his house. Well, first to the community center, and then to the open space outside his house. Because you don't... What is it called in Harry Potter whenever you accidentally...
Splinch.
Splinch. Oh, well, no. Splinching is when you teleport, like, or what? Shoot. What's teleportation called? Aspirate, right?
Apparate.
Apparate. Okay.
Dear God.
So whenever you apparate, but you don't do a great job, like you only apparate part of yourself.
Yeah, that's what splinching is.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and assume that one could also splinch oneself by, like, I don't know, accidentally apparating, like, into a fence post. Mm-hmm. So he's probably trying to avoid that. He looks so stoked. He knows what's about to happen.
Should I really be...
Let the essence of the forest permeate your being.
Do you see me sweating it?
This is also an element of the game that you just probably wouldn't see
In, like, this sweet little...
Harvest Moon.
Oh, no. It's getting real in here. Oh, I need to grow larger, like the trees. I'm one with this color. This pleases my Martian soul. These trees are getting big.
It made me dizzy.
Oh, look into my eye.
Hey, forest magic.
Cool, I can decipher the true meaning of Chiba scrolls. Hot dog.
So now, quick like a rabbit, jump back to the community center.
That's up there, right?
Come on,
Nice.
don't even. So that's one thing that I can't decide if it's something that I like or something that... So whenever you walk behind a tree, you see that it fades, right?
Yeah, I like that.
And I like it pretty well too. So in Harvest Moon, and I believe also in Rune Factory has trees.
What? Oh, derp.
Rune Factory has trees. And I think occasionally Harvest Moon has trees as well. I think like Story of Seasons, which is like a... Have I explained the whole Story of Seasons Harvest Moon issue to you?
Yes, but I don't think you've explained it for our audience yet.
Yeah, I don't think I've explained it to Ann or not. So I'll come
Yeah.
back to that one. So you'll notice here, whenever you walk behind a tree, it fades, and you can see through it. That gets around a problem that Harvest Moon, for years, just sidestepped completely by having... Wait, pause right here for a second. Just go down a little bit. Okay, so see that stump? In Harvest Moon, and you can go now. The stumps, that was like your primary source of lumber, and they would just sort of pop up And in my mind, the idea was always supposed to be that wasn't just a stump. That was like a full-grown tree, and they were just giving you like the visually abridged edition of it to make the gameplay more clear, right?
Yeah.
And this game does a pretty good job of...
Hey!
Hey, hi!
Hey.
Why are they saying hi to you?
Hey.
They don't say hi to me with speech bubbles. Dang. Aw.
I talked to everybody at the bar.
Well, the
Last
kids
time I saw
and
them.
the cute teacher girl weren't in the bar. Benny hates alcohol because her mom drinks too much.
Oh, spoilers. Sad
God.
ones. God.
Yeah. Oh, you narrowly missed it. I think you can maybe skirt around. Okay. So, Harvest Moon just sidesteps the whole tree issue by just giving you stumps, which may, in your mind, represent more than just stumps.
Yeah, because why would stumps just pop up?
Exactly. And now you can read those, and they'll give you important this. And I'll explain this in just a minute. I just want to finish up the stump thing. I think that the whole tree fading works pretty well until you get really specific with like the layout of your farm. I sort of wish that there was sort of like a farming tactical view where you could like press a key or hold a key down and it would temporarily reduce all of the full-grown trees to like stump height visually. Actually, to preserve like the game, like the tone of the game. It would probably be best if it was only available as push to hold, or at the very least, if it was that way by default in the options menu, like that was the recommended setting. So that way you wouldn't have cheeky people who just immediately like turn it on and then never deal with tall trees again, right?
Right.
Because it's cool. It's cool. Your farm in this style of game, it normally starts off overrun, but this game really sells it. Like you can't walk across the field.
Well, I mean, that's what it would be like, though. I mean...
Yeah, although this is another interesting thing that sets this game apart. That whole space, that whole area, whatever you can wring out of it, you can just do like whatever you want to with it. Because in Harvest Moon, normally you have like a really well-defined like plot, and outside of that plot, you never get like the random lumber or the random weeds or the random stones, right? Okay, so go ahead and...
I'm gonna go mess with my chest a little bit.
Okay. And before you do that, though, just to explain what that was before, hit the E key. Now you have a new icon. Click on the little golden tree.
Oh, cool. I was worried I was gonna have to go back to look at that.
No. That's why I wasn't rushing before. So you now have a number of bundles. And you can deliver the items that match those bundles. And occasionally there are more items than there are squares. And that just means you have to have some combination of the items that are pictured. So there may be 3 squares with 6 options, right?
Right.
And this is like the main sort of guiding force in the game now. So what it's trying to do right now is it's trying to strongly suggest, hey, a great way to start playing this game is to go foraging.
Yeah, because that gets you around.
Because you wind up exploring the environment, and actually, so you have
I have
the
these
dandelion and the
two.
leek.
I just need the horseradish and the... No, I have the daffodil, not the dandelion.
Yeah, you need a dandelion, which is a little yellow and white.
Yeah.
It's like set of flowers and a horseradish. You can probably get those today.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah,
can.
you know what? Let's make that our quest. Let's try to go to the north through the backwoods. Backwood Road. And because I think they grow there pretty often. And hopefully we'll be able to find a dandelion. Because it's smooth. This is a very smooth way to guide the player without robbing people of like the very open-ended play experience that they might be looking for instead. So it is one of those. It's a very smart thing that Magical Melody also did very well, right? Mm-hmm. Harvest Moon Magical Melody. I think I mentioned it before in this series, but presentation needed some more work. Oh, go ahead and check the islands out there because I see a leak.
Yeah, I have a leak though.
But there's another island connected to it, and it may have a daffodil or a horseradish. Maybe it's too early in spring. I know that there's like a high point. It feels like in each season, where all of the wild stuff is most readily available, right? Mm-hmm. I believe we've seen horseradish kicking around.
I think it was on my own farm. I haven't seen any dandelions yet, though.
Are you sure it was on your farm?
No. I mean, you said if I was sure, I'm not, but I think.
You very confidently said no. That was the most confidently I've ever heard somebody sell themselves out. No.
I mean, I don't. I'm not going to be an asshole and be like, yeah, and then we search for it for like 3 hours.
The only way it could have been more confident if you was just like, well, of course no.
Of course not. That's a dandelion. No, I'm just kidding. It's not.
Wait, I know. Go to the bus stop. And do a loopy-loop around.
That's where I got most of this already. Those are just all daffodils.
Yeah, okay, so maybe check one screen to the left.
Oh, can I go?
Okay, but there's nothing. Okay. So go ahead and go back. Because it's starting to get dark, and you don't want to be down by the bus stop after night falls. That's how you get stabbed.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, shoot.
These days they just blow by.
They do, but I think we're doing pretty well for what we're trying to do. I think.
I swear.
Because what we're gonna do, I don't think you did, because it's something that you can grow eventually. Dude, you were gonna get stuck out here. You're not gonna be able to make it back to your house because night's gonna fall.
You know, that's a real threat, isn't it?
Yes, it is. See, there's still daylight and you can barely do it.
Maybe I'm just clumsy.
Farming is hard. Okay?
Farming is hard.
I'm being serious. As soon as night falls. The stones in particular are hard to pick out, so what you'll wind up doing, and I this is from first-hand experience, you'll wind up just bumping into something and then trying to hit it with your axe, failing, cycling through to the pick, and then trying to hit it with that, and then you'll go one step forward and you'll hit something else, and then you'll try and hit it with the pick, and it'll fail, and then you'll have to switch back to your axe and try and hit it with that. It's awful.
I want to stay out here until it's dark.
Do you?
See it. Yeah. I want to see it. Don't you have some closing statements before we go to bed anyways? Let's stay up late in the yard and watch the fireflies, even though it's the wrong season for that. Oh.
Okay, yeah, you know what? There is something just in general that I want to play. I want to say about Stardew Valley, specifically for the friends that I mentioned before. Mm-hmm. And it feels weird. Like, I've spent my entire life trying to sell people on the idea of Harvest Moon.
And then
500,000 people are suddenly like, fuck yeah, I'll play this.
And you're
I'll play this one.
You're like, what? Why?
And it's not even... It's the kind of feeling where I'm like, where were you guys when I was growing up and sad and alone with my farming game?
Oh.
Where were you guys before?
Oh, man.
Because apparently there are 500,000 of you, and I never met any of you.
Not any?
No, I'm sure that there were a few people that...
What's that? Can't tell, too dark.
It's a maple seed. So you can see how dark it's starting to get?
Oh my god.
Here, go ahead and be safe, but go ahead and try and walk out into the field and see how far you can get.
Done.
Yeah, see? And even the tree fading doesn't help anymore.
No, it doesn't, because it's all shady and shit.
Yeah, go back. Go ahead and go back.
No, I'm bad.
Oh God, would you please go to the farmhouse?
Going. Roger.
Okay. So that's what I'm gonna say is it feels stupid with me having to say this to like the handful of people that I know that don't already have this in their Steam library. But ignoring the 400,000 people that should probably be proof enough. But if you've played Animal Crossing, if you've tried a Harvest Moon game before, if you've tried Rune Factory before, and playing those games left you like on the edge about essentially having like a second life that's still just dedicated to chores, put your stuff in your box first.
Oh yes, good point.
Because there's no way around that. This is a game that's about work, you know?
Yeah.
But I'll explain why that's okay next time. But yeah, you owe it to yourselves to try this game because it's much more fluid, it's much easier to get into, and there's just this huge variety of stuff. And actually, that's what I want to do. You have the wizard, you have the sword, you have the fishing. So we're gonna do one more episode, and then we're gonna skip ahead until Audette has like really established a presence in Pelican Town in Stardew Valley.
I'm gonna make this farm my own.
Gonna do Grandpa proud and honor the family name.
Or just relax, which would do the same thing.
Honor the family name.
Good night.